Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's so lovely, lovely, lovely to be here. I practice usually early in the morning. I like to do it before the sun comes up. There's something to me about that. Sitting in darkness to meditate, that really draws me in. But I thought today we'd actually start with a little meditation. And I don't often do this, but it's such a critical part of my day. And I was like, why am I not teaching it? Like, why is that going on? What's that about? The truth is meditation is uncomfortable for people. I think a lot of people don't do it because they don't see the value. It's like, I'm still thinking, like I'm still planning my day, like I'm still distracted. Like, what's the point of it? I'm a pretty calm person. What's the point of doing meditation? And the truth is the practice is the point of doing meditation. It's the point of like why you're showing up to practice and move your body today. It's this practice of becoming our witness to our lives. It's so vital and it's so essential. And yet it seems like it's, well, it's becoming more popular, isn't it? Don't you find medical doctors are recommending people come to yoga, try meditating? But it's coming, it's this thing that it's still so hard for us to be able to sit with ourselves and know that we are our thoughts, but we're not our thoughts, that they come and they go, and that really being that witness to them is the essential part of our practice, as opposed to going to boxing class, which would be good too for your, yeah. All right, so let's find a comfy seat. Thanks for joining me at home. Make sure you're warm and start with the eyes open for a moment. Just take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Two more, deep breath in, out through the mouth. One more, deep breath in. And then close your eyes down. Notice how you're sitting, and if you can, try and get the back really straight up and down. I find if my hands are on my knees, I lean forward a little bit. So maybe just guide your hands more on top of your thighs so that the elbows soften, your shoulders drop back a little bit. Notice the sounds. There's always sounds, the sounds of the world around us. The sounds of our breath, the sounds of our mind that may not have settled yet. And then notice if you're holding any tension, if you perhaps are tired, or if you might feel energized. Just notice. And then please bring your awareness to your breath. A simple attention to our breath, just in a natural, organic way, helps it to find more space in the body. And then notice the breath. Notice yourself sitting, paying attention to your breath. And as the mind, as it does, invites you to think of one thing or another, just bring your awareness back to your breath. can start to visualize the breath coming in through the heart, deep into the belly, and then back out through the belly, and then again through the heart. Make a big sweeping circle. In through the heart, the belly, out through the belly, back in through the heart. Of course, we're not really breathing in and out through these physical spaces. The yogis believe that these to be intelligent vortexes in our body. Science is catching up on that. Just a couple more rounds. Breath in through the heart, into your belly, out through the belly, into the heart. And then just gently here, placing one hand onto your heart, one onto your belly. Doesn't matter which one, whatever feels comfortable for you. And offering yourself here some sweet sense of appreciation. It may just simply be for showing up to practice. Maybe some goodness that you've had the pleasure to do in the world. Some sense of joy. Just offer that to yourself right now. We'll keep our hands where they are. If it feels more comfortable to let them guide into a prayer in front of your heart, do that. We're going to offer up the sound of Om together just one time. Please take a deep breath in. Om. Gentle bow of your head, and then please start to rub your hands together quite vigorously. And then place your hands gently over your eyes. And just as the eyelids start to lighten up, lift a little, just let the fingertips peel away. Good. Take a breath and stretch your arms up. Over to the left, lean, stretch your right arm up. Inhale, come on back up. Over to the other side. Just realize, Laura, I'm a long way away, but that's okay. Interlace your hands behind your back. Take a breath here. Over to the waist, or your left waist. Just drop the head to the left. Back behind you with the hands, inhale. Over to the right. Drop your ear down, feel that. Good. Hands behind you, take a breath in. Forward fold, breath out. The hands mightn't lift very high, right? Because it might be a little awkward here. So just stay for one breath. And then release the hands and walk them all the way in front of you, or maybe bow forward a little bit. If that's tough on your back, then don't go as deep. Good. Walking your hands all the way back up. Take your hands to the sky again. Inhale. Over to the first side, so to your left. This time turn, let the right arm come around and you'll feel a little stretch, I hope, through the lower back a little bit. Yeah, good. Stay here, one more breath. I'm resisting by pushing through my left hand and drawing my left ribs back. Does that make sense? Inhale, rising on up. Exhale over to the side. Again, turn, like curl in. You can sweep that arm all the way under, but as the more I push down and draw the ribs back is where I start to feel it. Good. And then inhale, come on back up to center. I think that praying thing's working for me. Release if you're sitting on a block, release it. Take your feet out in front. Just a little rocking from side to side to release here. That was a sweet little 10 minutes. It doesn't take much, but feels good. I felt some of you really drop in, so yay you. Turn and cross over. We're going to find our way into downward facing dog. And just start to land into your dog, moving your body in a way that feels good. For me, oftentimes is that pausing to maybe take the feet a little wider, maybe bending the knee. You can do a little cat-cow kind of movement in the spine here, like stick your booty out and then draw the pelvis the other direction and notice how that feels. I think there's a little bit of play here in all of our shapes. Find that. And then I want you to think about that circular breath as we move today. It's in through the heart, deep into the belly, but out through the belly. In through the heart, out through the belly. It's your right leg that's going to lift up, please. Bend your knee and open up the hip. Stretch it behind you. And exhale, step it all the way through. Take your left knee down, please. Rise up, Anjani Asana. Inhale. Catch your left wrist. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, back up to center. Left hand down, right hand to the sky. You could stay here or add on, lift your back knee off the floor. Good. Full pose, right arms over the ear, stretch it out. Lovely. And then you're going to turn to your left, inhale, walk your hands all the way to the back of your mat. It's just a skater pose where you bend your left knee, stretch your right leg straight. If you have more to give, good Skandasana always can be in your practice. Stay for one more breath. And then inhale, rise up, bend your right knee. Inhale up, bend your left. 2 more times. Inhale up and bend. Inhale up and bend. This time walk to the front of your mat. Inhale. Good. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, come forward. You're in a plank position with your right leg lifted. Stay. Breathe in through the heart, out through the belly. 2 more. Good. Right foot down, maybe knees down might feel good. Take a breath in. Chaturanga, breath out. Breath through tops of feet. Inhale, cobra. A little rocking, stay. Don't leave yet. Just feel into the front of your hips. Good. Shoulders back, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Your left leg that lifts, inhale. Bend that knee, exhale. Stretch it long, inhale. Look forward, step forward, back knee comes down. Anjali Asana, inhale. Catch your right wrist, exhale. Rise on up, inhale. Good, exhale as you bring right hand to floor, left hand to sky. Again, staying here or lifting back knee, your choice. Full pose, left hand over the ear. And then turning on your next inhale to your right. Walk all the way over, bend that right knee and pause. Again, Skandasana in your practice, go there. Just deeper, right? Wow, I think I picked the wrong playlist. I'm really rocking it, aren't I? From silence to like the dance floor. I know. All right, inhale, lift up, bend your left knee. Inhale, lift up, bend your right. One more time each side. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale. To the front of your mat. Inhale. It's a lunge. Exhale. It's three-legged dog. Inhale. It's a plank. Hold. Just 2 breaths. Circular breaths. Full breath. Strong breath. And then left toes down. Maybe keep the knees lifted this time. Chaturanga. It's a cobra, inhale. It's down dog, exhale. Right leg lifts, inhale. Bend the knee, exhale. Try and get your left heel a little heavier, some of you. There we go. Inhale, stretch that leg behind and step it all the way through. This time, look forward, take a breath in. Step your left to meet your right. Half lift, inhale. Full breath out, exhale. Good, inhale, rise all the way up. We're going to catch your left wrist. Arch over to the right. Good. Inhale, come back to center and drop into a chair. Good. Lift your heels up. Inhale. Exhale, see if you can come on down. Nice. Inhale, come on back up. Reach up. Heels lift, heels lift, heels lift. Good. Exhale, pour your heart forward. It's a full half lift. It's your left leg that steps back. Exhale. Knee to the floor. Inhale, Anjali Asana. Left wrist. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Left hand to floor, right hand to sky. Easy twist. Good. Walk to your left. Walk to your left. Stay with the skater pose or Skandasana if you choose. Back to the front of your mat, inhale. The lunge, feel it. Three-legged dog, exhale. High plank, inhale, stay. Maybe this time add on, left hand lifts. Again, you don't have to keep up with anything, right? Left hand down, maybe right foot down, maybe not. Chaturanga. Inhale. I like cobra, but up dog if you feel like it, right? Down dog. It's your left leg that lifts. Exhale, stay for the breath this time. Let your right heel, really your calf muscle release. Like feel the stretch in your right calf muscle. Left leg extends, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Look forward, take a breath in, step forward. The half lift, inhale. The long breath out, exhale. Inhale as you rise all the way up. I want to stay, we're catching, our right wrist. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Inhale back. It's a chair pose. You could stay here, right? Otherwise, lift your heels and come all the way down. Nice. Rising all the way up. Slow. It's more fun that way. Woo! Peak, peak, and then fold all the way in. It's your right leg that steps back. Inhale, half lift. Right leg steps back, knee to floor. Rise up. Catch your right wrist. Inhale, rise up. Easy twist. Turn to your right, Skandasana. Low lunge, front of your mat, inhale. Three-legged dog, exhale. High plank, inhale. Maybe right hand extends forward. How much fun is that, Chaturanga? Down dog. So it's a sweet little flow just to really get into the heat, the tapas, the fire of our practice, so we can do something a little more deep. On your next inhale, it's your right leg that lifts. Please bend the knee, open the hip. Good. Inhale, stretch it behind. Exhale, step it forward. Pause, resist the feet here, and then exhale, step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, drop in. Rise all the way up. You're catching your left wrist. Maybe step the leg behind, arching over. Good. It's chair pose. Arms stay lifted. And then exhale, lift your heels. Really slow. Come on down. Really slow. Good. And then this time, hands into your heart. Good. Right elbow over left knee. Good. Press your palms together. Draw your bellies in, twist. Lovely. Back to center. Inhale. Over to the other side. Exhale. Good. With the bellies. Good. Inhale back to center. Rising all the way up. Well done. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Half lift, inhale. It's your left leg that steps back, exhale. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Left wrist, exhale. Rise on up, easy twist. Good. Stay here, or this time stack your right foot on top of your left. It's Vashisthasana. Stay for breath in. Oh, long breath out. You've got to step your right foot back. That makes it really hard. Well done. Keep traveling all the way to your left. Skandasana. And then to the front of your mat. Inhale. Three-legged dog. Exhale. Just a sweet flow. Inhale to plank. Chaturanga. Cobra up dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Bend the knee, exhale. Good. Stretch it long and then step it forward. Press down through both feet and feel that resistance. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale. Oh. Rise on up. Inhale. I think it's your right. I'm hoping it's your right. Good. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. It's a chair. Heels lift. Nice and slow. It's a lower. Some of you, it's easy once we get down. It's the transitions that are hard. Hands into your heart. This time it's your left elbow over your right. Back to center. Inhale. Other side. Well done. Well done. Good. Back to center. Arms rise up. That might be the hardest thing, right? Push down. Keep your heels lifted and then pull yourself in. Oh, half lift, inhale. Your right foot that steps back, exhale. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Catch your right wrist, right wrist. Good, inhale back up. Left hand to the sky, right to the floor, easy twist. Maybe to Vashi. Side plank. Or stay in the easy twist, that's good too, right? Nice choices, everybody. And then however you can, you might need to grab it. Maybe grab the leg, left foot forward. Good, walk all the way over to the right, Skandasana. Nice, back to the center, to the front of your mat, inhale. Three-legged dog, exhale. To flow or not to flow, your choice. Down dog. Enjoy. 5 breaths here. We're going to do one more round, my friends. I always say one more, but who knows what happens. Can I suggest, I wonder what it would feel like if you paid attention to the weight of your head. Most of us look towards our shins, and I wonder if you just lift your head up slightly, how it would feel in your upper back, just to have your ears more in line with your biceps. Especially if you've hung out with me recently talking about alignment. Yeah. Right leg lifts, inhale. Bend the knee, exhale. Inhale, stretch it long. Exhale, step it through and feel it. Feel that pause. It's the hips. Step left to meet right. It's a half lift. Bow all the way in, exhale. Rise all the way up. Catch your left wrist, left leg behind. Inhale back to center. It's a chair pose. You can stay here or lift your heels and let it be a slow transition down. Slow. And then hands to your hearts. We're going to take left over right. Some of us will stay here. Some of us will come into Pavabhakasana. Maybe not, maybe. And then back to center, other side. Squeeze your legs together. Let your heart lead the way. Let your heart lead the way as the feet gently lift. Yes, hands back to your heart. Oh, hands to the sky. Really strong through your feet, strong through your legs, strong through your hearts. Lift up, 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 up. Good, and then bow all the way in. Half lift, inhale. It's your left leg, exhale. Knee to the floor, Anjaneyasana, inhale. Catch your left wrist. I feel a little looser, inhale. Easy twist, exhale. To Vashi or not, inhale. Maybe right hand over the ear, we didn't do that yet. Good, look to the floor, step your right foot forward. To the back of your mat as you turn to your left, Skandasana. To the top of your mat, inhale. Three-legged dog, exhale. Flow or not, your choice. Left leg lifts, inhale. Bend the knee, exhale. Stretch it long, and then step it through. Exhale, right knee meets the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and bow. To your right wrist as you rise up. Step your right foot behind. Stay lifted, inhale and sit. And then lift your heels and take your time. Slow coming down. Slow. Once you get down, it's easier. Does that make sense? Yeah. Nice. Hands to your heart. You could stay here or twist. This time it's taking your left to your right thigh. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Lift the belly. Stay. Or think about like allowing the body to tip over to the right. Squeezing your inner thighs together. Nice, Pam. Nice, baby. So good. Or watch others do it because they're pretty incredible. Inhale, come on back. Nice, Sarah. This is what I know to be true. If you make more space, meaning if you want to try the arm balance, take your arms wider, further apart, even further apart, Tess. Yeah, because that gives you more of a foundation. Squeeze your inner thighs, just lean forward, Your feet will lift off the floor. Nice. Inhale, come back to center. I know. Slow-mo. You should start to feel it a little bit. Anybody? And then fold forward. Half lift, inhale. Good. It's your right leg that steps back. Exhale. Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Catch your right wrist over to the side. Easy twist. Inhale. Find the space. Vashi. Left foot to the front of your mat. Over to the right, we wander. Good. And then spring back up. Amazing, you guys. Three-legged dog, inhale. So flow or not to flow. Again, 5 breaths here. How's the temperature? I promise I didn't put it up, but it feels hot in here, doesn't it? It is, I know. Like we didn't turn it up, or did you turn it up? Might be hot yoga. Maybe some of you would like that. Oh, good. How are we feeling, okay? All right. Right leg lifts, inhale. Bend your knee, exhale. Maybe flip your dog so you roll over the outside of your right foot. Let the hips be playful here. Hearts be playful. Inhale, rise back up and step that right foot all the way to the front of your mat and pause. Good. Nice. Stay with your breath here. Right hand to the inside. Good. You might be able to bend in a little deeper. See if you can get your right hand to the shin here, to the calf muscle. I confuse people when I say shin. Calf muscle, like squeeze it. See if you can push it forward, get your shoulder under. That might be enough for some of us. Some of us might be able to release the hands, like you're flying here. Amazing. Good. And then slow-mo release. Good. Take your left heel down as you unravel. Reach your right hand back behind you. Maybe left hand comes around to come into a bind for extended side angle. If this isn't where you want to go, you can just walk your right hand to the inside of the foot or climb the right elbow onto the thigh. Extended side angle. Amazing. Stay for one more breath. Good. And then slow-mo release, everybody. Back knee comes down, Anjaneyasana. Like it's a really great place to be, right? Hands into your heart. This time a full twist, left elbow over right. Staying here, but I'm going to give us lots of choices. We're going to come into Kundanyasana, Ekapada Kundanyasana 2, the arm balance, or some of us are. How about that? So you can do this. You can lift your back knee if you like. That's a deeper twist. You can open your arms up. That's a deeper twist. You can place your hands wide on the floor, extend through your right foot and lift your left foot off the floor. Ekapada Kundanyasana 2. Maybe go Tam. Stand through your heels a little more, Sarah, and that might be help. Like activate your legs. Yeah. All right, slow-mo, release, hands to the floor, frame that front foot. Might feel really good to push that leg straight. Nice, Sarah, nice. It's actually your toes and your heels, but I think the heels activate more often. Does that make sense? Nice. Think about this. Come high onto your left tippy toes. Good. Lift your right toes up and just gently keep your legs straight and stretch it all the way up behind you. Woo. See if you can keep it. Roll over your left foot. Come back into Vashisthasana, but with your right leg lifted like a superstar. Nice. Good. Maybe tree pose if you can stay for just a breath longer. Good. And then turn towards the floor. Keeping tree if you want. Chaturanga. Cobra as you release. Nice. Down dog. Take a few breaths. We're making space. We're playing. We're just witnessing. We're, perhaps not our body is telling us to go, but our mind. Because sometimes we're like, what is this crazy nonsense? Why do I have to do this? And that you don't. Absolutely don't. Left leg lifts, inhale. Bend the knee, maybe flip your dog. Be playful. Nice. Rise up. Look to the front of your mat. You're going to step that left foot all the way forward. Good. Bring your hands to the inside. The more I push my calves forward, I don't know if you, especially if you've got hip stuff, this is opening our hips, right? And our hamstrings. You might be able to get your left shoulder there. You can certainly come into Ekapada Kundinyasana 1 here. Not my favorite pose, so that's why I'm not teaching it. You could maybe lift your arms up. It's just a harder, stronger core work. And then from here, you could turn your back heel down and roll into the bind. Or just let your left elbow find the thigh. Your choice is nice. One more breath. Really nice, you guys. Turn towards the floor. Back knee lands. Anjani Asana. Rise up. Hands into your hearts. I'm just going to change sides, sorry. This time it's your right elbow over left. This is a really lovely twist. I think twists are really good for our spine, our lower back. You could choose here to curl your back toes, lift the back knee. You could choose to bring your right hand to the outside of your left ankle, left hand to the sky. You could choose to take your left hand wide, extend through left leg, lift the right leg up to the sky. Nice. Take your time. We're going to slowly unravel. It's more your heart goes forward, more your heart goes forward. Yeah. And it's practice. How often do we do this pose? Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember the last time I did this pose. All right. That's why I sprinkle them in. Left leg up. We're going to do that Vashi. So you're rolling over your right foot. Maybe finding a little balance here. This is really tough on your hips. So you want to lift your hips up to hold yourself up. Amazing. And then lean back into it a little bit. Yes. Maybe tree pose if you feel you have capacity. Oh. And then maybe keeping the tree to high plank. That's hard. It's hips. Chaturanga. Slow. Down dogs where we'll meet, or you might like a child's pose right now. Yes. Yes. Bring your awareness back to the breath. Breath to heart. Heart to mind, mind to body. We breathe into the depth of our hearts with this awareness, with this witness, asking, what is it? What is it? Who is it that wants to show up in the world? We get stuck in our habitual ways, and practicing this witness helps us to perhaps stay open to nuances in our lives, the way that we might like to show up for ourselves more, show up for others as we do that. If you're in child's pose, just take a moment to find your way to down dog, please. And then walking your feet forward to your hands, find Uttanasana, like a sweet, beautiful Uttanasana. You could wrap your arms around your lower legs to fold in more deeply. If you like standing on your feet, you're on your hands, sorry, you can take your hands under the front of your feet. Some people like that. If you'd like a shoulder stretch, it might feel nice to take your hands behind your lower back and stretch your arms all the way forward. You know you tend to hyperextend. Can you just maybe microbend the knees a little bit and think of the outer hip over your ankle, the tendency that hips tend to be behind the ankles. And then slow-mo, my friends, release your hands if you're in the bind. Take your feet really wide and squat down into Malasana. And we'll come to one more arm balance here, or we'll stay in Malasana. How's your hips? It's okay, yeah. This is not the best for them, to be honest. Yeah, so how about maybe just choose to modify if you want. We're going to take Bakasana. So we obviously did more challenging arm balances, and that's the method to my madness. Is Bakasana is like, oh, we always do Bakasana, do we? Has everyone tried Bakasana at least? Yeah, a little bit. When I teach kids, that's their favorite pose. Isn't that crazy? They love it. Not just little boys, little girls too. So if you take your hands wider, it helps. And so often I see people with their knees on their triceps, and that's not wrong. That's totally great. It's a shelf. But I wonder if you actually hug in and embraced your legs to your outer arms, how it would feel to actually feel that connection of your core. Don't know if you noticed, but we did a lot of twisting just now. We're activating a lot of that inner core strength for you in doing that. Sorry if I can't see you. So rather than coming on top of your arms, maybe try coming outside of your arms. Would you do that? Arms totally tend to be too, this is what I see all the time, like too narrow. Go wider, it gives you more of a platform to play with. And then the heart leads the way. Don't look down, look forward as you lift up and squeeze the legs onto the arms. In the full pose, the arms are straight, Sarah. They push them straight, straight, straight. Good luck with that. Nice, Tess. You want to keep lifting your hips up as high as you can. Does that make sense? Think about your heels coming together, not your toes, the heels coming together. All right, let's get off our wrists for a minute because I see the wrist asana dance going on. So come sit down, maybe swirl them a little bit. We jam into the tendons in our wrist, and that's what causes some discomfort in yoga, but it frustrates me because we have methods out of that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Come into boat pose, everyone's favorite in kids yoga. Keep your feet together, bring your arms to the inside, hug your legs into your arms, hug your legs into your arms, resist by pushing your arms away. Can you feel your abductors? They're connected to your core. Does that make sense? This is Bakasana, right? Want to try it again? Think about your heels coming together. Yeah. If your wrists are really bugging you, you can always take your hands on blocks. Have you ever done Bakasana on blocks? You're off the floor a little more, so it might be a little scary. This muscle between the ears, I don't know if you're familiar with it. So try it. Start with your legs really wide, and then, so when I do it, I start really wide and small, and then I kind of, it's like I grow into it, pressing my heels together to really activate through my core. Different poses, huh? Some of you really different poses. Oh, all right. Come on down. I got one more for you. Oh, really, Denise? It's just different, isn't it? It's just a different yoga. And it really activates it. Yeah, yeah. I'll think of some others. Once upon a time, we used to have longer classes so we could break it down, but it's good to get fiery and hot, and then we can play in this a little bit. I know it's winter, but I thought sundial would feel really good today. So if you let your right leg, I want to say rest, and we'll take our left here. So I'm in hips again. It's totally lots of times we can get off, right? We did this already. We took our hands to our calf muscle. Do you remember that in a standing position? So I'm really getting my shins, my calf muscles in the game. And then I'm going to take my right hand to the outside of my foot, flex my foot. Yeah. And then I'm going to lean to the right, release that left hand. See if I can start to get a little space here. I'm really leaning onto my right buttock. Don't worry, your left one's going to pop up. Sorry, yeah, left one's going to pop up. Maybe kick that leg a little straighter. Oh, I think I forgot to do pyramid on one side, didn't I? I'm just remembering. Oops. This is an awkward shape, isn't it? All right, and release. You're still feeling it through your hips, but in a really safe way. All right, second side. There's this big bone in the upper leg called a femur, and it glides into our hip socket, which is a really open socket. It allows us range of motion, so we can do silly things like snowboarding and stuff. Anyways, not that I do it, Laura, it's just the rest of that family of mine. My son's just broken his clavicle snowboarding. Take your hand to the shin, lift it up, create more space here so that maybe even the femur slides out of acetabulum, right? And then opposite hand to the outside of the foot. You're going to release your right hand. Remember, you're leaning away, so you lean to your left, even forward a little more as you let the head poke through, maybe extending your leg out to the side. Don't you find some of these poses are a little harder? Like, isn't it easier just to be in a flow class? It's so much easier than to be in a flow class. All right, slow-mo release. Just be comfortable. We're going to go to Titibhasana. I was really on an arm balance kick, I have to tell you. So do we know Firefly? Well, you're going to today. All right. So it also is, you might want to do a little more of that wrist movement. When we use our hands for weight, we don't want to like lift the knuckles up, because then the tendons in the wrist get jammed. If you think of pistons in a car, they need to be oiled and moving. If they're jamming, they can't, and that's the pain that you'll feel. So when you press down, it's your fingertips, and you get that cue a lot, I think, but it's your knuckles as well. Does that make sense? So we're going to come into a squat, not a deep squat, and we'll see how we go. Our hands are going to come to our shins, and we're going to try and get our shoulders in there. I don't know if I can. Hands are going to land behind, and it's that shelf I'm going to find. So you could start by bringing your feet together and squeezing the adductors to find balance, or then you start to kick out through your heels and maybe come into the pose here. Maybe just for something different. Titibhasana, it's just fun to say, Titibhasana. I'm just showing off my Sanskrit now. So feet are wide, go wider to if you probably leave your mat. Yeah, and then really dig you want to move your shins forward, and then hands will land, you'll find that shelf. And then maybe start with crossing your feet over, but I don't know, you've got it. Can you flex your feet? And hug your legs into your arms. Woo, and that's where we're ending up. That's where we're going to go. It's like you think about, if you don't have this control, your hips are going to drop down. And full pose, your hips do drop down. Go Tess. Oh my God, you should be smiling. She's got the most gorgeous dimples when she smiles. Yes, exactly. So the tendency is, maybe it's just me, I've got a bigger butt than most of you. So you want to really get in there, but it's this engagement, that's why I was doing this first, really squeezing into my outer arms to hold myself, and then I can extend out from there. And then you make it look easy, and all of these shapes that we do. Maybe Malasana is just a good idea, maybe nothing else. I like that, Helen, for you. Take your hands back a little bit. So your hands are behind your heels. Behind your heels, yep. And then maybe look forward. Maybe feel like you can sit down. Maybe not. Yeah, and this is one of those great ones where you might roll back and fall down. Yes, flex through your feet. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So as much as it was how'd you do at home, Laura? You're like, yeah, nah, yeah. Please find your way on your buttocks. Just release your hips. As much as it might be one of those fancy poses, do you know what you're working the most? Your core. So we're going to stretch that all out now. Thank you. Legs wide, take a breath in. I find if I rotate a little bit through the back of my legs, I get a little more space. Good. Take a breath in. Nice. You're going to twist to your left. Good. Take your left hand down, reach your right hand towards the outside of your foot. And then like at the very beginning, do you remember when we were just warming up, I said, draw your ribs back? Can you do that? By you pressing down through your left hand, can you draw your left ribs back? Does that make sense? You should feel this fullness in your lower back as you reach forward. You're welcome to say to me, Denise, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm okay with that. Good. Good. And then inhale, let's rise all the way up. Turn over your right leg. Take your right hand to the floor. It's outside my hip and I'm using it to pull my right ribs back and then fold forward. So I can collapse all the way over my leg. I hyperextend, right? I'm hyper flexible. So I've got to back it up a little bit to actually feel into all the places that I need it more in my body. Nice. Inhale, rise all the way up. What you were all hoping for down the middle. Can you, flex your feet. Think about your quads engaging. That's the muscles. Yes, squeeze there, press there. You might feel your sit bones lift a little as you do that. That's just your glutes activating. That's a good thing. If you can bend your elbows to the floor, do that. Try not to lean back too much though. Let the heart, the fullness of your heart lead the way forward. Saki, is this your favorite pose? It looks like it. The kids, not so much. They do not like that. I make them hold this one. They don't love this one. I say, just watch your favorite show in this position. I think yoga too. This is your favorite. Yeah. We're going to walk over to the left, just walk over. And I'm hoping if you have your elbows down that you can keep your left elbow down. Good. Right hand to the sky. Nice. If you can, maybe hold the inside of your left foot with your left hand. Maybe the right hand, either to the back of the head, feels really good, or to the outside of the foot. Nice. This should feel good in your hips. Helen, okay with this one? Yeah. This is all, yeah. So, oh yeah. But also our psoas, like our ribs get really congested and that ends up deferring pain into those areas. So this is real. That's why I do so many of those side stretches. Inhale, walk down forward to the middle and then over to the other side. Again, your elbow could be on the floor, it could be on the thigh. Sorry if I didn't say that. Your right elbow could be on the thigh or to the floor, left hand to the sky. You can bring your hand to the back of your head. I think that's really nice to really extend the spine long. If you can reach your feet, just yippee yahoo, as my friend Naeem says. But don't judge yourself, just be a witness to how your body feels in this moment. Breath into heart, out through belly, in through your heart, out through your belly. Nice. All the way back to the center, please. And then let your hands walk yourself up. Catch your hands under your thighs, Baddha Konasana. Take a breath in. Reach your heart up. And breath out. Let your knees come together. And there's like a hammock in your lower back. So you're leaning back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come on back. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Stay up. You could stay here or start to fold forward. You can let your feet open up. That's a common instruction. I wonder how it would feel if you press your feet together more firmly. And those adductors might be doing their magic. What they do is they help actually move the femur deeper inward into the socket of the pelvis, of the hips. And from that inward rotation, it's opening through the back of the spine, back of the pelvis. Slow-mo, take your time to come on up. Let the knees gently be guided together. Hands are going to come behind your hips, fingertips towards you. Roll those shoulders up and back. This is a shoulder stretch. You could stay here. Feet hip distance apart. If you want to add on, you can lift your hips off the floor. Full pose, Purvottanasana, legs are straight. Extending the hips up. Do you? Got 2 more breaths here. Could be that you're just here. Good, and then lower down. Release your... I feel like I'm in Hawaii when I do this. Although growing up in New Zealand, we did do a little bit of dancing, I have to say. I was the only white girl in my multicultural group. Downward facing dog, please. Downward facing dog. Moving with an inhale to high plank, lowering all the way to the floor on the exhale. Let your elbows slide forward under your shoulders. This is our back bend. It's called Sphinx pose. If you want something stronger, we did a bunch of back bending. You're welcome to rock out something else. I feel like this can be quite strong. Press through the top of your feet. Feel that little tilt of the tailbone moving downward and the glutes engaging. And then turn your awareness to your hands again, pressing through your finger pads quite firmly. Do the action of pulling back and you'll feel the shoulders move back and quite a strength in your back here. Good. 2 more breaths, please. Your left arm's going to come in front. If you bend your right knee, reaching back, you can hold the outside of the foot or bring the hand to the inside for a thigh stretch. If you'd like more, you can always take your left arm back and front, push down through your left hand to lift up into a deeper back bend. Did you hear my breath change? It was quite interesting. Slow-mo release. Sphinx pose, breath in. Long breath out. Use your right arm for support. Bend it in front of you. Bend your left knee. Reach back for your left foot, either to the inside, shoulder stays up and back, or bring your hand to the inside of, and then bend your elbow to the sky. Bend your elbow to the sky. That's it. You can choose that deeper back bend if you like. And if you even want more, you can come down and bring your right hand closer to your body if you want more. I can see it in you, that's all. Bendy girl. Slow-mo release. Sphinx pose, breath in. Long breath out. Your left arm is going to come under your right armpit. And you're going to up to the outside of your hip. And landing on your left shoulder, just release your right hand up to the sky. You can keep on traveling. Don't worry if your right knee lifts off the floor. Stretch that arm behind you. Enjoy the twist. Think about extending through your left leg to keep the waistline lifted a little. And you can always bend your left elbow and hold your right knee here with your left hand. You want space through the hip though. You want the right hip to be moving away from you. Bianca, will you turn the lights off for me too? Will you turn the lights off for me, please? Honey, the lights. Thank you. And then roll back the way you came in onto your belly. This time, maybe let your arms extend all the way. That's uncomfortable on your stomach. Inhaling, lift the gaze, guide your elbows back in. You're going to take that right hand under your left armpit. The left knee will come up to the outside of the hip. And you lift your left hand up to the sky and you decide how far you want to go. Again, it doesn't matter if your left knee lifts. If you extend through your bottom leg though, it helps to lift the spine. And you can always use your right hand onto the outside of that left thigh, just as a little guide. I want this to be uncomfortable, so I want this to lift a little more. Yeah, that's better. That's just better. And then I want for you lots more space here. So you don't need to change your knee, it's just your hip. You bring your knee, you can come into flexion, but we want space here. And tell me if that's too much.
No, that's fine, that's my suicide.
And that's what we want to release this. Anyone has, if you haven't tried Pilates yet, I highly recommend. Caroline's a whiz, and she can, if you have stuff like this going on, it's hard and flow classes to help people. They break it down in Pilates a lot more. There's a lot more focus on the strength. Yeah. And then if you're hypermobile like me, flexibility, maybe you don't need to stretch as much. Could be, I don't know. Denise, are you listening to yourself? We're a little matchy today. Yeah. I want some fun colors though. Can't they bring out some fun colors? Yeah. Take your time. We'll slowly unravel. Again, I think that full prone position where you stretch your arms out and really feel your breath. It's a really great place to be for a few moments. And again, the arms are going to come wide now. Support yourself as you lift up, hands and knees, a sweet child's pose for about 5 breaths. You can keep your arms extended to stretch the shoulders, or if you'd like to release them, your choice. Maybe hands can go behind the feet. As you're ready, coming forward, hands and knees. Drop your hips to one side and swing your legs on around. We're going to take a familiar shape, one of the kids' favorites, candle pose, shoulder stand. I don't want any of the vertebrae of your necks to be compressed ever. We don't want to do that. So just be mindful when you come in. You want to really get your shoulders back. See how I'm really exaggerating here, so that when you maybe bring your hands together here, you're not, there's like lots of space in the neck, especially the very base of your neck. You want to make sure it's not compressing. And so you'll come into this through plow pose and then lift your legs to the sky. If you prefer not, just lifting your legs up into a Viparati Karani is great too. So shoulder stand. Again, you can come in through plow. Oopsie, mind the technology. Again, get your shoulders in before you lift your feet up. Maybe stretching your hands together helps that. Hold the lower back and then one leg at a time lifts up. There's nothing compressing through the neck or the spine. Or you can just let your legs lift and let your body just unravel in this way. If you need me, please let me know. I'm here to help. Keep your chin lifted. Keep your chin lifted. Yeah, yeah. This is an old favorite, isn't it? Thank you for being here. Mm-hmm. See how that's a little lower? If you lift your chin up a little bit. Ah, ta-da! Also for you, love, just lift your chin up a little bit. Chin up. Ah, it's like, do they still use those mannequins for our first aid classes? Take your time. I'm going to suggest coming back to plow, and then we do want to massage the spine. So let your arms go wide, maybe your feet go wide, and then slow-mo, just start to round in your upper back. Feel the earth with the vertebrae, and one vertebra at a time, really slow, and you'll use your hands on the floor to support yourself. Slowly, slowly, like a sweet massage really for your back. Slowly let yourself feel it. And then maybe knees into chest, hug them in, gentle rock. Before you grab a layer, if you need, blocks under your thighs or a bolster under your knees, if you have any lower back stuff. It might feel really nice even to put a little padding, just a blanket under your head. If you need anything, give me a little wave. I'll come help you. It might be our most important shape. So as we began our practice today, Just take a moment to land, feel the earth beneath you hold you. Let yourself really melt and be held on the earth. Notice the sounds. There's always sounds. Notice them. Feel your breath in your body without effort. Sweet. And if the mind starts tugging you in different directions, allow yourself to rest in the awareness of your breath. I want to read something from Mystic Mama that I just love. She sends it on the eve of the full moon next week. The field of pure potentiality is where we set our aims. After all the trials and tribulations we shed to get free, naked in our skin, delighting in our true natures, allowing the expansion to expand us, becoming inwardly alive to the beauty we carry within and releasing it like arrows of love into the field of us, no longer holding back the dam, allowing that unbound beauty to ripple from the depths of our deepest oceans and letting it carry us forward to greet each new day with clear eyes and songs of love in our hearts. Feel the pull deep within you to move in any way that feels just right. Let the mind begin her swaying from this and that. Let her move you as you lift back up into a seat in any way that you choose. We'll meet here. We'll close our practice here, hands in front of our hearts. Our practices seek to awaken us, to find balance in all that we are. I didn't know I was going to do this, but now I want to chant. I want to chant something for you. I'm Namaste. I'm Nama. I'm Nama. Join me, the sound of Om, just one time together. Deep breath in. Bowing to your hearts. May they guide you in all that you do. Namaste. I'm is the sound of the goddess, and she was just calling me in that little moment. So thank you for indulging me.